Guided inquiry number 3. Good morning. Let's settle in for a 30-minute guided inquiry. Just to let you know that I record these in my office, studio, and you may hear sounds from outside. You may hear dogs barking or planes or birds, wind, whatever. And allow that to be part of the experience. Right? We don't know what's going to come in our daily life, so allow all the quote-unquote distractions to be part of the soundscape of this experience. See if you allow yourself to be thrown off by some kind of random noise that you weren't expecting. So get comfortable. Let your mind settle. Use your breath if you need to. Bring your attention to your breathing. Don't try to breathe in any particular way. Just put your attention on your natural breathing. And let the energy settle. Let the energy come out of the mind, come out of thinking, and settle in your breath. See if you can gently allow your breath to find a natural, steady rhythm. And now that your attention is on your breath, just notice it. Notice what your breath is like without any judgment. We're not trying to make our breath any different than it is. We're just noticing it. Noticing if it's shallow. Noticing if it's full. Noticing if it's in your belly or your chest, or a combination, whatever. Just notice how your breath moves in you, and be interested. Be interested in your breath for the moment. See if you can do it without any judgment and without any desire to change it, to make it fuller or longer or better in your own mind. We really want the mind to settle down, get quiet. And it's not about controlling it, it's about losing interest in it. And just by putting your attention on your breath, you're sort of saying to yourself, you're more interested in the breath than you are in thinking at the moment. So see if you can soon allow your attention to fall off of the breath as well. And see what it's like not to put your attention on anything. Just allowing yourself to rest right now without any kind of focused attention. Sort of sense of being aware, simply aware, naturally, takes no effort. A term that Jean Klein would use that I like, he called it global listening. It's that sense of listening with your entire being. effortless, relaxed. Just noticing, just listening to life, inside and outside. Listening to all of it with your entire being. So there's this real spacious quality to the awareness. You're aware of breath. You're aware of sounds outside of you. You're aware of the quiet. Maybe any thoughts that start to come, you just let them fall. Aware of all of it at once. Nothing, we're not focusing on anything in particular. We're just being aware, naturally aware. If you notice your attention starting to coalesce on anything in particular, I would think probably thoughts more than anything. But it could also be a sound out in the world. Anything you feel the mind coalescing with attention on something in particular, see if you can just gently relax that and let it go. So, in a sense, we're simply aware of awareness without getting too particular about what that means. It's just a natural, relaxed awareness of itself. It's almost like attention, but it's more relaxed than attention generally feels, because it's completely natural. It is who we are, right? We're just aware. We don't have to put any effort into being aware. Awareness simply is. You can't help it. So what we're looking for here is seeing if the mind coalesces around something using attention. And if it does, we want to let that go and release ourselves back into this natural, spacious awareness. Which has a sense of being completely alert and completely relaxed at the same time. There's nothing you have to do, but just rest in yourself as awareness. And over time, hopefully the mind starts to quiet down. It doesn't become a bugaboo that's constantly pulling you away and grabbing your interest. All those old habits of things we think we need to deal with and pay attention to and focus on all the time. So right now we're letting go of all of it. We're letting go of everything in our lives right now. We're just here, relaxed and aware. There's nothing to do. Nothing has to change. If there's something uncomfortable in your body that you have a challenging story around, which is very common, some feeling that we think needs to change in us, some sensation in the body that we think is problematic, that needs to be different than it is. See if right now you can let that go. Just let it be. Let it be as it is. I think that's another place where our attention coalesces and the stories begin. See if we can let that go with everything else. Just right now. And once here, ask yourself this. When you're ready and when you feel quiet enough inside, ask yourself, who am I when the mind is quiet? Who am I when the mind is quiet? See what happens when you ask yourself that question. See if you immediately reach for an answer, but an answer that can only come in the form of thought. So we let that go because what we're looking for is, who are we when the mind is quiet? Imagine that the mind can't speak, can't give you an answer. Who am I? Who am I right now? Without the mind providing an answer, who am I? And see if you can notice the energy of looking for an answer. Even if it's not coming in the form of thought, see if you can notice that searching energy, the seeking energy, the wanting to know the answer energy. Who am I? When we ask a question like that, we're so trained to then go on the search for the answer. And that searching has an energy to it. It's a searching of us finding something else, that I am going to find an answer which will be other than me because I'll be the one finding it. See if you can let that energy go too. See if you can just ask the question, who am I when the mind is quiet? See if you can let go of all the energy to know the answer. You can remind yourself you're not looking for an answer. You're not looking for the kind of answer you typically get after a question. You're really just asking the question and then quiet. Who am I when the mind is quiet? We see that we can't deny that we are. But if everything is still, if everything is silent, if there is no answer, who are we? I can't deny that I am. And yet, without my mind giving me an answer, I don't know who I am, but I know that I am. See if you can find that sense. Who am I when the mind is quiet? And really notice if there's any movement at all to find an answer. Any of that tension of needing an answer will kind of disrupt the experience of the quiet. Energetically, if nothing else, you'll feel a sort of pull, a looking, a searching. See if you can let all that go. We're asking the question, but not expecting an answer in return, just asking the question, who am I when the mind is quiet? How comfortable are you without an answer? You'll find that the only discomfort is the part of you that wants an answer. We're naturally aware, at rest, relaxed awareness, effortless. There's no tension in that. There's no tension in not knowing. The tension comes from wanting to know, needing an answer, searching for an answer. How comfortable are you not knowing who you are? In the form of a story, in the form of some identity. Can you rest in your own sense of self that has no identity, that is unknowable at the level of mind, but it's our most primary experience. Right? It is everything flows from this sense of I am. Without that, there's nothing. Right? Without this backdrop of being, everything arises and falls in this. Even my sense of being an individual, this and that, in the form of a story. Those come and go too within this deeper, quiet being. Pristine being, always the same, never boring, always the same. Now, who am I when my mind is quiet? There's nothing we have to do, simply aware. You can say simply awareness, for basic nature of awareness. If you get caught up in mind again and thinking, you don't have to find your way out. Just stop and just put it down gently. It's the simplest, easiest, most non-violent move. You just drop it. No shame, no guilt, no more story about why can't I do this, why can't I do that. We just drop it and we're free. Right now. And you can easily notice that this is whole. It's not missing anything. Without the mind telling us so, our experience of ourselves is complete. What could I possibly imagine adding to this? to make it better or to complete it or to improve it. It doesn't make any sense. It's everything. But we've let go of all desire to know what it is, and trading that in for simply being it, for simply being aware. Of course, we can't understand this. That would make it so small. Understanding requires time, and this is presence. Who am I when the mind is quiet? I don't know and I don't care. And we're not in some kind of trance, we're present. We're not in some deep state that we're not aware of the world. We're present. We're quiet, relaxed, and alert, effortlessly. We'll do this again. Thank you.